Coming to the next, as we have discussed about the essential elements of a valid contract: offer and acceptance, lawful consideration, intention to create legal relationship, competent parties, free consent, lawful object, not expressly declared as void, certainty of the terms, possibility of performance, and legal formalities. All these are called as the 10 essential elements of any contract to be called it as a valid contract. The first one, the offer and acceptance. Any contract cannot be this is the first step of any contract: offer, a valid offer, and a valid acceptance. And only the contract will become a valid contract. Coming to the second one, lawful consideration. That means whatever you are giving in return, that has to be something which is accepted by the court of law. That can be said as a lawful consideration. Coming to the third one, intention to create legal relation. Whenever you are into a contract, you have to have an intention that whatever we are doing, that has to come within the ambit of the law. That is the relation. Intention itself while starting the contract itself is to create a legal relationship. That means the object should not have something which is not enforceable or illegal in matter. Coming to the competent parties, as I said you, their competent parties are listed here, like person who is rational, who is of sound mind, etc. Like the person who is making the agreement in full senses, right? It is not something where he is going to have that kind of pressure while he is making the contract. So the person should be rational, he should be of sound mind, he should not be forced by anybody. So that can be said as a competent parties. And the minor person cannot be termed as a competent party. Minor cannot be termed as a competent party because after attaining 18 years of age, based upon your brain's capacity, the age has been fixed to be 18 plus, then only the person can take his decisions properly. So that's why the person who is less than 18 years of age is considered as minor, and he is not considered as a competent party to contract. So any contract which is made with a minor can be termed as a void contract because he is not the competent party to the contract. Coming to the free consent. Free consent means whenever the terms have been agreed by parties should not be forced. That means they have to give their acceptance in a free manner without any pressure from the outside. It can be either physical pressure or it can be either mental pressure, or it should not be because of the misrepresentation of the facts. Neither it should be mistake on both the parties. So free consent can be obtained when there are 4 terms which are involved. The first one is about the coercion. That, in simple terms, you can term it as physical pressure. The second one is the undue influence. That is the mental pressure. Third one is about the misrepresentation. And the fourth one is about the mistake. So, coercion is nothing but where you are applying physical pressure. If you are applying physical pressure and doing the contract, then that can be termed as a void one. The second one is undue influence. If you are torturing somebody with a mental pressure, then that terms of contract can also be said that they are not obtained via the free consent, which also makes the contract void. And coming to the third one is the misrepresentation. That means while you are giving the offer, you are stating the terms in a different manner, and while fulfilling the obligations, the terms themselves are altogether changed. So such can be termed as misrepresentation of the facts or terms of contract. This also makes the contract void, and it doesn't amount to the validity of the contract. Coming to the mistake means if I have told the terms in other way and you have understood it in a very different manner, that means that is a mistake upon the party by understanding. That one party of the contract has not understood the terms of the contract in a proper manner. So that is mistake from one party, or it can be on the part of both the parties also. A mistake can be again further bifurcated into two types: a mistake on the part of one party and mistake on the part of both the parties, right? So if this four elements or any of the element is present in the contract, then that contract can be termed as a void contract as such. So coming to the sixth one, lawful object. Here, lawful object refers to the terms or condition on which a contract was formed should not be illegal or against public policy. So whenever a contract is being taken into consideration, the object itself on which the law has been framed or the contract has been framed, the object itself should not be illegal or neither it should be against the public policy. Then only the contract will become valid. Otherwise, it will be declared as void. The next one gives not expressly declared to be void. The name itself is indicating that on the nature itself is, and if while doing the agreement or while making the contract itself, if any of the terms is not fulfilled, then it can be clearly said that it is a void contract. Or while making agreement, in agreement stage itself, the contract is unenforceable or neither enforceable in the court of law, then it can be expressly declared. That means by on the mouth or on the face itself, it is declared as to be void and not valid. Then coming to the certainty of the terms. Whenever a contract is formed, the terms are to be decided by both the parties. So terms needs to be practical or of the nature that they are not impossible to be performed. That means the terms of the contract should be very much possible to be performed. Then only it can be termed as a certainty of the terms. That means whatever terms we are making while at the time of agreement itself, those should be able to be full. Those obligations or those terms should be possible, practically possible to be fulfilled. Then only there is a valid agreement which will exist. Example, if I tell you that if you pay me 1 crore, I will bring stars. Is it possible for any person to bring stars from space? Even if he is paying 1 crore, 10 crore, 100 crores, the object or the term itself is not certain to be happening. So that's how that makes the term totally void in nature, because whatever you are promising or whatever you are saying as a term, that itself is not certain. So how can a contract become a valid contract? So therefore, certainty of terms is also equally important in order to make the contract into a valid contract. Then coming to the next one, possibility of performance. So possibility of performance refers to the if you are able to fulfill the obligations which you have promised while doing the contracts. So the promise here plays a very, very important role. Promise plays a very, very important role here, because whatever promise you are making, that should be possible for anybody to fulfill it. That means the obligations need to be fulfilled and should be possible for anybody to fulfill the obligations. Then only it can be said as a possibility of performance. Then coming to the legal formalities, as I said you in the previous example, I will make the sun glow lighter. Is it possible for anybody to do this except the God? It's not possible. So the object itself is not possible for anybody to complete it. So therefore, when there is no possibility of performance of the contract which is promised at the time of making the contract, then that contract also becomes expressly void in nature, right? Then coming to the legal formalities. Legal formalities, in simple terms, we can tell it as a paperwork or obtaining of required licenses or permissions or grants, etc. So these all can be termed as the legal formalities before starting of any work. So if the legal formalities are not properly fulfilled, then that term of the contract may not be valid. It is declared as a void. The basic legal formality is it should be in writing, because oral contracts doesn't act as a proof for the enforceability of the contract in the court of law. So therefore, legal formalities, the basic thing is about the writing. Then comes paperwork, obtaining of the required licenses, permissions, grants, etc. All this can be termed as the legal formalities while you are making any contract with any of the parties, right? These all 10 things are very, very important for any contract to be termed as a valid contract. If any one or all the terms are not fulfilled, then the contract becomes void and not valid. So any of this term in the contract is not fulfilled, or either of this or any of this is not fulfilled, all have to be fulfilled in order to call it a valid contract, or else it will be called as a void contract. Yes.